are on the laptop. I just picked another load, so just to catch up, we brought a load down from Connecticut to Virginia. We're in Virginia. We got to go pick up an empty this morning and go down to Aberdeen, Maryland. And that load is supposedly not ready till about 1 o'clock. I'm going to go in a little early, pick that up and go up to upstate New York. And then from New York, we're going back over to Connecticut. And then I just picked another load starting my next week. Hopefully to work my way back to California. I'm going back over to near Buffalo, New York, upstate New York, in Lancaster. And from there, I can usually get a load that'll start getting me out into the west. And we'll see what happens from there. So right now, we're just kind of in the back. Don't mind my mess. I've got a little bit of house cleaning to do. I'm kind of sitting out back in behind a theater where that restaurant was, Outback Restaurant. And just kind of getting started on my day, and we'll update you as we move forward. Hopefully you enjoy the videos. Feel free to leave comments or maybe requests if something you want to see. I was going to take you out and talk and show you some things about the truck, but it's pretty darn windy this morning and it's cold. And so I'm going to do that at another time, and we'll just go over some of the things of the truck. I've had this truck now for a little over a year and a half. It's been great. I call him Thor. This is the Thorster, and he runs good, and of course we keep him maintained. Speaking of which, I do have to get him in for a PM, get his oil changed, get him greased up and things like that. But you know, I've had to do small repairs and of course regular maintenance, tires, things like that. One of the great things about the program that the company that I work for is the way this is set up is you have a maintenance account, and we get like road service out of that, and we get our PMs done and everything out of that maintenance account. They take money out with the truck payment every week that goes into that maintenance account. So it's pretty good. It's been working out well for me. I enjoy it. To me, in my mind, just my opinion, if you're going to do trucking, if trucking is what you're going to do, it'd be awesome to get yourself into something like this where you're picking your own loads and you're running yourself, and you're owner operator basically with the coverage of a large carrier. You don't have to worry about your own authority and all those things. We also get assistance with our taxes and business and things like that through another company, and it's pretty interesting. It's challenging. It's adventurous and but if you keep your head in the game, man, it's worth it. I think if you're going to do trucking, if you enjoy trucking, it's worth it. We are still sitting here out back of the theater where I spent the night here in where am I at? I'm in Winchester, Virginia. And just to kind of give you a view what's going on out there. Oh, we gotta get around the mic. So my plan is, I've got 3 loads on me right now. I got the one I'm going to be working on here shortly. I got to go pick up an empty, and then I'm going to go about 15 miles out of route to get to a Flying J. While I'm in Virginia, fuel is cheaper, so I'm going to fuel up while I'm still in Virginia. And I use the Flying J's. It's just a business decision of mine, because we get a higher discount at the
with our company,
and also it's kind of in a way for me, in my opinion, this is the great thing about choice. I mean, you get to choose what you want to do. So what I'm trying to say is, I kind of, in a way, the old adage where you put your eggs in one basket is usually a bad thing, but this is a good thing. So I kind of fuel a lot there at the Pilots and Flying J's, because I get a higher discount and it builds up points, and I can buy stuff out of the stores and things like that. So that's how I save up my points. So I've got about $70. It's not a lot, but it'll I'm going to get a camera so we can start viewing as we're running down the road. So I had one before, as I said earlier, but it died. It just doesn't work anymore. So and I've tried everything, resetting it and doing all kinds of stuff, but we'll just get in and we'll see how that goes. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited. I kind of like doing this videotaping and stuff, and hopefully somebody's interested in it at some point, and we'll get some good information out of it. I know it's a lot of stuff to go through. You start looking through the videos, but it's just a daily thing. If you take a few minutes and watch what I'm doing, it's you know, it's information that helps build your confidence if you want to get into trucking, or if you want to move from one trucking job to another. Not that I'm trying to get you to do that at all, nothing like that. I just wanted to share my experience so others can see the opportunities that you have in trucking, and the adventures and the ups and downs. It's pretty cool, actually, you know. So I like it, and I think it needs to be shared, and somebody else can benefit from it. So we will, I'm going to be heading out a little bit early. I want to get to the customer as early as I can. I got to go through Baltimore. So it is a Sunday, so traffic should be okay. And seeing all this stuff, see what I'm taping here is how I'm thinking, how I'm doing it. This is a business, and this is how I run it. So you think about all these things, about where you're going. Even as a company driver, I always thought about where I'm going, plan ahead, be a little proactive, you know. Try to get to your stops early. In some cases, with different customers, you can't be too early. But it's always good to be at least an hour early, if you can, for the most part. And I'm not real excited about the load because it weighs so much. Cross your fingers. I'm going to get some fuel, but I'm not going to get a whole lot of fuel, because we got to keep another thing that you got to think about, you know, is your weight. So if I'm picking up a real heavy load, we want to keep the fuel down, because it you know, it's 7 pounds per gallon, so you know that can add up. That'll put you over on your steers. So I'm going to put a little bit of fuel in. I only have a quarter tank, so I want to get at least a half a tank, and then we'll see what happens from there. So we made it to the Pilot. We got some fuel, and now we're trucking. We got a new camera, so we can videotape some of the roads we travel on as we go along. And I'm just kind of narrating this right now, and so I think this is the point where we kind of went through Baltimore to get to Aberdeen, and where my shipper is, where my pickup is going to be. So enjoy. We're taking a look at the city here in a few minutes, and then we're going to go through a tunnel, and then we'll pick up at the shipper.
Keep to the right on I-95 North. Turn left ahead.
Oh, here comes the tunnel.
Straight onto I-95 North Tunnel.
Ah! Going in.
Yeah, that was me kind of screaming like a little kid. Just amusing myself as we go along. Dude, this is a long tunnel. It just keeps going and going and going. Talk about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, huh? They have a scale at the shipper here, so I'm scanning out this load. It's pretty heavy, but we're getting it legal and to make sure we can move ahead.
Okay, we made it to the pickup. Got our paperwork. They had a scale about because I typically will not pick a load that's over 45,000, or actually, typically won't pick a load that's even close to 45,000. But as I've been saying, in my situation, I had to. I didn't have to, but I wanted to go with a higher payload, shorter miles. And so I could add some good revenue to this week's paycheck. So we went with this heavy load, and I was hoping the whole way here that it would be less than what the information was telling me, and it turns out it's 44,890 on the paperwork, and they had a scale, and I scaled it out, so I'm all legal on all my axles, except for the steers. I'm about 120 pounds over on the steers, but we'll burn that up in fuel. Typically, you won't have a problem, being that small of a amount over. If you start getting up into 700-800 pounds over on the steers, then you can have a problem. And plus, our steer tires are rated up to. I think it's 16,000 pounds. We're supposed to be not over 12. I just keep it safe and use 12 as that's my line. If I'm 100 pounds over, 200 pounds over, I know I'm going to burn that up in fuel. So not a big deal. So we're good. I'm happy about that, and Thor's happy about that. My truck can haul this weight pretty easily. Well, I guess I shouldn't say easily, but we can haul this weight, so we're good. And so we've got about 300 miles to go. I've got some paperwork to do, and we'll be on our way.
So we're loaded, we got our load, and now on our way to the delivery up in upstate New York. We'll get close to getting there tonight, and then we'll finish it off in the morning. Talk to you guys again.